What's up, Internet Land? Zachamus Prime, aka Zachamus Prime, here with the Transformers video review. Today, we're going to finish it off. Today, we're taking a look at the Haslab Omega Prime and all of his Omega Prime goodness. Now, I brought this out on the stand, not because it really particularly needs the stand, but because I had the stand off in the sidelines for both the the Optimus review and the Ultra Magnus review, and then I freaking forgot about it both times. So this time I'm like, yeah, it's going to come physically attached to the stand so I don't forget to talk about it. The stand, as I mentioned, is completely unnecessary to the figure. This figure stands extremely well. It doesn't have any issues. It doesn't have any, like, because of the size and height of the stand, you're not going to be doing any flying poses with it, and you're not going to be doing any action poses with it. Like, it's at the exact height. If you stick him in an action pose, now he's kind of crouched down a little bit, and then he won't fit into the peg. And it's not high enough that it'll actually lift him up at all, so it's just standing there, and you know what? He just stands there all right by himself. Such smacking abuse, the original would never, ever be able to withstand. But yeah, so the stand, let's talk about the stand real quick while I did bring it out. It's got this guy here. You can slide this off, flip it around. This will have a peg for the for the Optimus Prime mode. And I want to say this doohickey will come in for the Ultra Magnus mode. So Prime, Ultra Magnus, Omega Prime. It does come with two. Where'd the other one go? Two of these stands. So you can have Ultra Magnus on one and Prime on the other one. That way your Optimus Prime and Ultra Magnus display will survive a Category 5 earthquake. Or whatever, however they're measured. You can combine them together to make a space bridge. You can take off either one of these and add even more for a longer space bridge if you have multiple sets, as I do, but I'm not doing that right now. But yeah, you can fit Optimus or Omega on one complete display. And then these things would be, doing nothing. And these things, you could pretend that they're like lights. Really, really low lights. But anyhow, that's all I have to say about that. Oh, hello. Hello, child. Everyone, my child has decided to join the review. Hello, child. How are you today? A pleasure to see you with us. What do you think about Omega Prime? What do you think? What do you think? Is it cool? Is it fun? Is it gnarly? No? Yeah? Not interested? Kind of interested? We could put these on you like wings. That's kind of cool. We should do that. We're going to surgically augment you, Chloe, with wings. All right, get out. Fupa, fupa, fupa. But anyhow, we'll do our best to talk about this, even with the child here. But yeah, this thing is fantastic. In terms of accessories, so he does come with the gun in the gun mode. You can flip this around so that this part is facing up, but I don't know. It was just already like this, so I just stuck it on like that. Your preferences may vary on where you want to put the handles. He doesn't hold the handles from from here, but you can plug them however you want. Gosh, that looks so cool. He also comes with the big sword, the big sword, the giant huge sword, which will come to you in pieces, and you can put it together. I think it's this piece, and then these pieces, and then this piece. But it also comes apart in pieces. And you can see some of how it's put together, little hexagonal pegs. And there's a pin that goes down to the center of each of these segments here. And yeah. To hold this, he does have tabs in his hand, these 3 tabs here. If you move his thumb out, you can stick this on those 3 tabs. It's a pretty good fit. You'll see he's actually holding it without it touching the ground, like he's holding up the weight of the sword. All the way up into the darkness. It's a really cool accessory. It's really big. It's really awesome. He will hold it with 2 hands pretty well. It's just a matter of getting his wrists and arms into the right position to do that. Are you trying to bite my sword? Don't bite my sword. Don't bite my sword. Don't bite my sword. I had a prior cat that I was babysitting, jeez, like 20 years ago. A long time ago, right? And he was checking out my my Transformers. I guess it wasn't actually 20 years ago, because it was definitely the Transformers movie Brawl, the Leader Class Brawl. And he bit it right on one of those little clear, transparent, clear gun things. And to this day, it still has his mark. But anyhow, so yeah, so that's an accessory he's got. And that's pretty much it for accessories. He's got a stand, he's got the gun, he's got the sword, and it just looks fantastic head to toe. There is an additional thing that I do want to talk about, which is this. Let me get this cleared out. With the cat in the way, I'll need all the space I can get. So they teased the thing about you can actually combine the Optimus Prime armor onto him as well, but they didn't provide any instructions, nor will they. They did say, what's his name? Evan, what's his bucket, said that he was going to have a video showing how it was done, and that video never happened. So I'm going to show you what I've figured out. It may be the right way, it may not be, I don't know. But it seems to work. It seems to make use of some of the mystery pegs and tabs that I've noticed, and some of them I've mentioned. And who knows, maybe I'm onto something. So flip out the toes on these sections here. You know how I mentioned the toe tilts? Yeah, I don't think they're actually toe tilts. On the original Omega Prime, which I'm going to bring out here in a few minutes, you can attach the missiles onto his legs and be like, wow, that's super cool. But I guess that's probably what gave somebody the idea of, why don't we just go further And so if you take these shoulder sections and you open them flat, you've got two peg holes here and two pegs here, and you can attach them onto those modules. And we'll do the same for the other side. Do the same to the other side. For these hands here, you can take them and put them into the hand mode. And y'all may have noticed these conspicuous looking tabs on the back of the hand. I haven't decided if it looks better. Oh, let's try it like this. Well, if you go around here, by the way, this is one of the things that I absolutely love. We'll get to this later, but I love this section here. How they got these things. The ultra magnus hands. The vestigial arm sections don't just hang out and do nothing at all. They, actually have a place where they go. Am I annoying you by touching your tail? Am I annoying you by touching your tail? Don't show the internet your butthole. Your butthole is precious and it belongs to you and you alone. So what you do is you'll take this, fold this out, bring this up and around, and then these holes plug into these ports right here. And we'll just plug them in like so. And we'll flip up that gun so that it's facing out. And then we'll do the same to the other side. Flip this around 180 degrees. Plug that in. Do you need help getting down? Now that you got up, you need help getting... No, you don't. You got it. Good job, girl. You go, girl. And then last but not least for this, you want to take this, open it up, extend this out. And then this whole thing actually disconnects. And so you can take this. I like to flip this up just for shits and giggles. And you can plug these ports onto the side of his arm like so. And then you can take this. Probably want to get this guy out. We'll throw him, I don't know, in one of these. And you'll see two ports down there. Now, for whatever reason, these are not held as strongly as the shield. But he does hold them. And then we'll put this back in his hand. And turn him a little bit. And I'm going to zoom out. By zoom out, I mean physically. Oh yeah, and the last but not least, this guy here, you can just take this and, I don't know, plug it in on top. It'll go anywhere that there's a port. And he just looks bigger, better, and more imposing. I like it. It's cool. But anyhow, let's divest him of all of this. Come on, disconnect. But anyhow, this is the part of the video where I will take out the geriatric version of this figure. And we'll just do a direct comparison. And of course, the first thing I want to say is that this figure stands really well, and a large part of that has to do with the fact that these ratchets just aren't that great. There are, of course, other things that factor into this. For example, the Ultra Magnus feet parts. They attach to this feet in like 5 different places, and these ones attach in 2. And so they're not on there super, and one of them is a ball joint basically, so they're not on there super solidly, and that is something that affects it. These things hanging out. Oh yeah, let's get those put away. This is so cool. Because when I was first transforming this Optimus Prime, the Haslab one, I was like, why did they design this like this? I don't even get it. And then when I put it into Omega mode, I was like, oh, that's why. Holy smokes, that's clever. But yeah, he doesn't stay very well. He doesn't hold up very well. He's got wobbly bits to him. This guy is not really wobbly much at all. Like, Omega Prime has always been a favorite of mine, and yet I always felt it was always difficult for me to display this guy in his combined mode, which is the cool mode, because it just had issues being Omega Prime, and this guy does not. I like the Autobot symbol that's molded in there. This one's got that big old tab sticking out of it, but it's done differently here. I really like the steps they took to shorten the chest. I think that really turned out super well. I like that. God, just the arms fit. Everything feels like it fits properly. I dig it a whole lot. Well, let's put this guy back down. Let's talk about articulation on this guy. So a lot of the articulation is going to be the same. This uses the same Optimus Prime core body, of course, which we'll get into here in a second. But his head is on a ball joint. His arm retains most of the motion that he had as Optimus Prime. So his arm will go that far forward, that far back. There is that butterfly joint and that in and out. That's just all in there. That's the same. He also has that ratcheted outward motion. The same elbow joint of 90 degrees and that rotation on there. He's got a wrist swivel, a thumb swivel, and then his fingers are pinned in 2 locations. He's got a waist joint, and that ab crunch still retains. In this mode, I almost feel like that ab crunch is just a little bit of a liability. But I've only had a couple poses where I felt that it was. So it seems to be pretty sturdy pretty much all the time. Legs, again, will go that far forward, that far back. And I anticipate, yes, the full Van Damme. He still has that thigh swivel there, plus the knee joint of a little less than 90 degrees, plus that swivel right below the knee joint. And his ankle have got tilt. You do have a little bit of motion, but that's mostly for transformation. It's mostly just tilt. But yeah, good articulation, and the joints are all solid. They're solid. They're well engineered. They're, you know, designed intelligently. Like in some ways, I don't know. In some ways, it almost seems like an aftermath on the original, an afterthought on the original figure, which of course it wasn't. Ultra Magnus in particular heavily suffers in robot mode because of the Omega combined mode. But it never seemed to work out that well. I have heard a lot of people complaining about, oh, he's got this like fake. On the original Omega, this is actual Ultra Magnus hips. And this is the Ultra Magnus chest that turns into the CAD piece. People are like, oh, no, it's fake. I don't care if it's fake. It looks phenomenal. We deal with Transformers with fake parts all the time. So the stylized knees for Ultra Magnus really show well here. It's fantastic all the way around. I love it. It's phenomenal. Super phenomenal. I still don't know what these parts are for. Maybe I'll figure it out someday. Maybe I won't. I don't know. But let's get him uncombined. So we're just going to crack this open, unpeg that. You're going to unpeg this from the side of the leg and this from the back of the leg, and then the foot will unclip from the, let's angle this down a little bit. The foot will unclip from Optimus's foot. And we'll do the same for the other side. Unpeg this, unpeg that, unpeg that, unpeg the back of the leg, unpeg the foot itself. Now he's got baby legs. For the arms, you want to just kind of crack all this open. There is Ultra Magnus's hand in there, shaking the fist with Optimus Prime. I do like that they, of course, kept it working that way, as you should. Pull this out, disconnect this. We're going to bring out these, and this will all disconnect out. And what I'm going to put I'm going to put Optimus into his proper Optimus mode. We're going to click that open, flip this out, put that back down, open, bring these out a little bit. Open that, bring out your head, angle those up, flip out the heels, and close that down. Squeeze these in. If you're having any kind of difficulties getting either the super mode or omega mode to latch in, it's probably because you haven't done these. Maybe I'm preaching to everybody who already knows because they read the instructions, which I didn't do, but it took me a couple days to figure out, oh yeah, I should slide those out. For all of this stuff, we're going to take, you want to put his hands like this. Basically, you see how you've got this angles cut into these tabs? That's because one of them fits into there and the other one fits right over his knuckles. So you're going to rotate this all the way around and then leave it open like a flower. For the legs, you want to go like so, collapse the foot down, bring this out and around. This panel will detach and close there. You will bring this down and around and then plug that in there. Bring this up, plug that in there. Bring this part down and it'll latch on there. And bring this up and out and that will come in. And there's a leg all done. Now we'll do the next leg. Slide this in, flip this around, disconnect this from there, in and around. That's the leg all done. One of the things that I really love about this is how they shortened up the chest here. I feel like if you really wanted to, you could extend this out and actually do it like the regular mode chest. Maybe. Yeah, I'm sure you could. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, we're going to fold these in. You want to open up this panel here. Bring that out. His head is going to, if you flip these forward a little bit, and then this will tuck in more easily. For this piece, we're going to flip that out. And then this is going to come, you'll see there's two tabs here. Those will fit in the slots on this panel, like so. And then we're just going to bring this up to where it was, not like this, like how it was, with this slot fitting over that tab. And then these are going to come up. There is like a tab here and a slot on that red piece. They'll slot over that, and then you're going to, oops, plug this slot over that tab, like so. Actually, before I did that, I should have brought this around. You can, of course, just pop these off and then pop them back on the way you should, but we like doing things the proper way. This tab will go into that slot right there. And again on this side as well. Back for this backpack, you're going to flip out Ultra Magnus's head. Bring this around. That'll fit in that space right there. This backpack is going to come around and you'll tab it in. These two slots right here will fit into those tabs right there. Ta-da! And then we'll bring in his arms. Plug one in there. Plug this one in on the other side. And then this will just come up and clip right over the third side. At least it should. There you go. And then on the back here, well, actually, we want to do it like that. And then it'll go over. There's a tab back here, like a little overhang, and it doesn't like to go in. So let's remember that for the second one. That, and that, and that, and that. And then the legs, we're just going to clip them together and slide them in. And you have Ultra Magnus in his Ultra Magnus mode, Prime in his Prime mode, and Blue Bolts is still a gun. And everybody's happy. But yeah, this set is amazing. I kind of feel like this may be the best Transformer I've ever purchased. And I know, and I said early on that this is of that class of figure that's hard to review because anything I say just sounds like an exaggeration. But like, I'm not really exaggerating. Like, yeah, I feel like this may be the best Transformer I've ever bought in my life. And a lot of that comes down to the fact that this is the ultimate realization of a figure that I thought was super cool for the last like 20 some odd years. And now it's here, and it is literally every single thing that I wish that it would be. I know, again, that there has been some controversy, especially about Prime's Temtem, but again, if it's not broken out of the box, it's easy to get that taken apart, fixed, and it will never become a problem. This will never be a problem for me. And it won't be a problem for anybody else who pulls that out and sands that down. The people who have suffered damage, I really, 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 really hope that they can get this fixed, that Hasbro will fix that without any kind of, obstacle or fight with them or anything like that, because they really deserve to experience this figure and not have any negative emotions about it, because this figure is phenomenal. That's about all I really have to say about it. There's a lot more that I can say about it. I can sit here and gush about this for probably another 3 hours, but I'm not gonna. I'm going to go back to my life and set up my Omega display and, I don't know, maybe build a Gundam model. But anyhow, thanks everybody for watching. You guys are fantastic. Everybody stay awesome and be good to each other. And I'll see you later. See ya.